All right, Kate, thanks. It's 6:03 now, and this morning we're taking a hard look at how your tax dollars are being used in schools.
We've been telling you about the budget problems that many school districts across our state are facing this year. State leaders want to make sure it doesn't happen again. A new commission focused on fixing that issue has its first meeting this morning. Anna Stansfield's live outside the Capitol in Hartford. So, Anna, where do they begin?
Well, the current state funding formula hasn't changed in more than a decade. As costs have gone up, many school districts say that formula is to blame for a lot of their budget problems, and that's why this commission aims to take a deeper dive into those numbers. This year, districts like Hartford, New Haven, and New Britain were facing massive budget deficits. In the state's recently signed budget, an extra $270 million will go out to school systems across the state. But experts warn that is a one-time fix, not a long-term solution. That's why Governor Ned Lamont formed this commission to take a look at the current funding formula. Right now, the state says the cost to teach your average student is about $11,500, but districts say it's actually about $16,000. This commission will look into that and recommend where changes need to be made to meet the current needs. And the governor is expecting a final report from this commission by January before lawmakers head back into session. I'm your reporter live in Hartford. Anna Stansfield, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Anna, thank you.